Hello learners, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Sagar.Utekar and today we are going to cover very important topic, Customize. This is a new topic which got added recently in CK exam syllabus along with the Helm. So there will be question on Helm or Customize definitely during your CK exam. But forget about CK exam for a moment. As a DevOps engineer, you should know Helm and Customize both the tools. It's very easy to use. I already covered everything about Helm, which you should know as a DevOps engineer. If you want a detailed video, let me know in the comments for the Helm, Customize, or any other topic. Let's talk about Customize. This is very important topic, and I try to keep the video simple and short so that you can go back practice for your CK exam preparation. Let me share my screen. Okay, this is our GitHub repository, Learn with Sagar, and under CK folder, you will find all the notes for your customize topic. In simple words, Customize is a declarative overlay-based tool for customizing Kubernetes manifest. It doesn't use a templating language, it modifies existing YAML files. What does it mean? It is alternative, you can say, for your Helm. So in Helm charts, we were creating templates. If you remember and have watched previous video, then you will understand this kind of particular topic. So in Helm, we were using templating language to override some fields in our uh, YAML files. But in this case, in Customize, we use a declarative approach. We use what we know. In if you are a Kubernetes engineer, you are very well versed with a YAML format, and that is what Customize do. Customize allow you to use your existing knowledge of YAML, and you don't need to learn any new templating language to modify or customize the Kubernetes manifest files. So why do we need Customize? Consider you have multiple environments. You have development environment, you have testing environment, you have production environment. So often what we will do, we will create multiple manifest files for your deployments, for your services, for your secrets, for your config maps. That is for one environment. But if you are managing multiple environments, that is the reality. In real world, you will have multiple different environments. Even for development work, you will have multiple different development environments. And it is very much possible that you might need different values for all those different environments. Maybe different replicas, maybe different resource limits and requests, maybe different secrets and config maps or annotations, labels, the names, namespaces, right? So in that case, we will use Customize. So using a separate full manifest for each environment can lead to duplication, definitely, because we are creating duplicate files for each environment, and it can also create drift. So Customize help us by overlaying only what is different. So what Customize says that whatever is common, you can put that into one place, and whatever changes you want to make for different environment, that you can add as a overlay. We'll talk about that both the concepts, what is base part and what is overlay part. So it helps us basically to avoid duplication and to avoid the drift changes between multiple different environments. So you can keep one base manifest file, avoiding uh, to avoid having the same repeated chunks of across environments. And if something changes in your base, you can change in one place, and overlays only handle the differences. Okay, so that is the usage of your customize. Base manifest you will use to keep all repetitive chunks across multiple different environments. Let's say you want to change one common field across multiple different environments. You will make changes into the base YAML file or base manifest file. If you want to make any specific change, particularly for one environment, then you will make changes into overlay files. And another benefit of the customization is that it is declarative management and it helps you with the versioning as well. We don't need to learn anything new for the customization. Customization is built on top of YAML. Now you will understand why I created YAML video before moving to this advanced concept. So all manifests are YAML based, easier to review, to check the differences, to track in Git, right? So you don't need to learn anything new, which was there in a Helm. You need to know Helm templating language. Native integration with kubectl. So now Kustomize is built into kubectl from version 1.14, and via kubectl you can use the Kustomize in from your command line itself. We'll talk about that, how to use Kustomize with from kubectl. Then there is a very important concept of transformers and patches. Just to give you overview about this, we are going to check what are transformers, what are patches in detail later in this video. But just a small overview, you can apply naming, prefixes or suffixes, labels, annotations, variable images, tags or patches. So only minimal YAML is changed. So this is the core of the customize. If you want to change prefix for particular environment into naming, or you want to change the suffix of particular environment name, then you can use these transformers and patches. Not only that, it allows you to change almost all the fields of your deployment services, secrets, config maps, and we are going to discuss that in very much detail in this particular video. And this is how it works. If you have understood the concept uh, from previous discussion, so it is how it works. I have created a small moment diagram to explain it. We create base manifest. We create one base folder and keep all the manifest file which are common across all the environments. So it can be your deployment file, it can be your service YAML file, HPA file, config map. But along with that, we create one more file which is a customization.yaml file in the base folder. And then we create overlay folders for different environments. In that we keep customization.yaml file particularly for the all those different environments. So what we are saying here, again in the simple words, whatever is a common across all the environments, all those files will be placed into your base folder or base layer, and there will be one customization.yaml file. I'll explain that why do we need that. And in the overlay layer or the overlay folder, you will create customization.yaml file to tell the customization which part for this particular environment will be changed. Okay, and the customize build generates customize controller generates a builds by combining your base manifest and the overlay manifest, and it generates a final manifest for your different environments, and then you can use those manifests to deploy across different environments. Just again a summary so you don't lost in between. So these are couple of key concepts we have discussed so far. We have discussed um, base layer, we discussed overlay layer, we discussed customization .yaml usage, discussed transformers, we discussed patches and the generators. Now let's go through all these key concepts again, just a quick revision. What is base layer? So base layer is a directory which contains a common Kubernetes manifest, or you can call it as a resources. And along with that, in the base layer, we will have one customization.yaml file that refers to them. So what is the purpose of this base layer and the customization YAML file? It serves as a single source of truth for your common configuration across all environments. It means whatever is a common across all environments, all those resources YAML files will place into base layer or the base folder along with customization.yaml file, which will tell that what are those uh, common resources. Overlay layer. Now overlay directory for is a directory we create for an environment that refers to base plus overlay patches or overlay resources that change some parts, which means we keep we create a customization.yaml file into overlay directory per environment to tell the customize that this is a part you need to change, and this is a base file is present into this particular directory. Okay, so overlay, again, a simple example: overlay for dev environment might set replicas 2, overlay for prod might set replicas 4, add rolling update strategy, etc. So we'll check out all those examples as well. Customization.yaml file, very important file into customize. The control file where you list all the resources, you list patches, transformers, okay? And it is the entry point of customize, which tells customize what to build and how to transform to generate the final manifest for your resources. And transformers and patches are nothing but inbuilt features which helps customize to decide which part of resources you want to modify, and there are different transformers and patches available. Okay, we'll check that into detail. Let's that is enough theory about customize for now. If you want to install customize, there are two ways. Either you can use the kubectl, and now with kubectl, customize comes pre-baked, so you don't need to install it separately, or you can use standalone customize binary as well. Okay, so they have very good documentation. If you want, you can use any of these method. Either you can use a kubectl way or you can use a customize way. You can build it from source, binaries, Docker images, Homebrew, or chocolate as well. Perfect. So now I already have my kubectl install here. And again, we'll use our Docker desktop Kubernetes. We don't need to install any separate Kubernetes environment for this one. Okay. And or you can also use customize command as well. Both the things are same. Now let's check about end-to-end example, and this will give you more clarity how customize works. So in this particular environment, I'll demonstrate how to use customize to manage a simple Nginx application across multiple environments. It can be development, UAT, and prod. Okay. And always remember that the same process goes for any complex application. Nothing changes. The process is same. So we need to understand the core concept. Always keep that in mind. If you understand the core concept of any tool or technology, you can do changes for any complex application. Yeah. Let's create the folder named Customize. I'll create this folder Customize. All the instructions I have already documented in the GitHub directory, so you can follow step by step. So what we are going to do, as I told you, so we are going to create two folders in the customized directory. One is base and other one is overlay. So in base folder, we are going to keep common manifest, which are deployment.yaml and service.yaml. And along with that, we will have customization.yaml file for the base layer. Okay, and then in overlays folder, we can have multiple environment specific overlays files. So you can either use separate deployment services YAML files, or it will be automatically generated by the your customize that we'll see later. But the main file which is required into your overlays environment specific directory is the customization.yaml. Let's define the base manifest. We will we will create a base folder here into customize and then switch to base. Okay, I'll copy the base deployment.yaml file first. This is simple your deployment YAML file for deploying Nginx application. Okay, nothing fancy here. And then I'll create a service.yaml file as well. Perfect. So what we are saying, this is going to be a common deployment and service YAML files. If any environments wants to change any field out of this deployment or service YAML files, they will need to configure that into overlays folder. Okay. Now let's create a customization.yaml file for our base layer. This is standard API version for the customization and the kind is customization. Resources. So what we are saying, customization to look for the deployment.yaml file and the resource services.yaml file. In another words, we are asking customize to track this to the YAML files. Now let's try to create in overlays for each environment. Okay, I'll create a overlay folder for dev environment and UAT environment. And we will create customization.yaml file for dev and then UAT. I'll explain what I'm doing here. This is very simple customization configuration file. The API version is standard customize.config.kts.io v1 beta 1. The kind is customization. Resources. In resources of your overlays folder, we are specifying the base folder path. So it can be your local file or it can be GitHub or some other URL as well. So what we are saying to customize that, use this base layer as a common these for the common resources, and after that you can update fields uh, based on other fields. So we are asking for the dev, we want the namespace to be dev. We are saying that the name of this resource is should end with -dev. So we are using name suffix transformer. Then we are using common labels to specify for the dev environment. Then we are patching some resources here. So we are replacing replicas in from the common section, like a common manifest, to one for the dev environment. And then this is a target. This is a target for our resource. So what we are saying is that update Nginx deployment resource and set the replicas or replace the replicas count, whatever it is, to the one for the dev environment. Okay. Then we will go to our UAT. Similarly, we will create overlay for our UAT. Here you will see that what we are saying, it's the same structure. API version is customized config, Kate is v1 beta 1, kind is customization. In resources, you can provide the path of your base layer. For our case, it is present in the same directory, uh, same local machine. That is why we are providing this directory path. And then for common labels, for the UAT environment, we are changing it to environment UAT, namespace, we are making it UAT, suffix, we are making it UAT. Then patching, for the UAT environment, we want two replicas, right? That is why we are saying I want to update using patches. I want to update the main resource file of the deployment replicas failed to 2. That is what we are doing. Similarly, you can update any field of any resources using the same format. Okay. The same we are doing it for production. I'll not create for the production, or you can follow it, right? So similarly for the replicas update, the patch is provided here. If you want to update rolling update strategy for your production environment, then you can update that using patch. Perfect. Now to build or preview the manifest, whether it has customizes creating proper manifest for our dev environment or UAT environment, we need to run this command kubectl customize overlays dev. Okay, and you will see it is providing us this generated manifest file for your dev environment. Okay, so we are able to generate manifest service manifest file for our dev environment, and you will also notice the name has been suffixed with a hyphen dev. The namespace field has been added for the dev environment, and deployment. In the deployment as well, it has added the suffix hyphen dev. The namespace is dev. The replicas count has been set to 1. We don't need to do all those changes again and again for um, all the different environments, right? So that is the best part of this customize, that it is helping us to avoid all this duplicating manifest file. So this is done for the dev. Let's do the same for UAT. And when I ran the command kubectl customize overlays UAT, it has provided me the manifest file generated for the UAT environment. And now here you will notice that for the UAT environment, the suffix has been changed to UAT, the namespace has been set to UAT, and replicas are set to 2. Okay, similarly you can do for other fields as well. Now we have built and validated the manifest has been generated properly. To deploy these resources onto your Kubernetes cluster, you can run kubectl apply command with a hyphen k. Now you will notice one error which is expected. Okay, what it's saying, warning, common labels is deprecated. Please use labels instead run. So this is warning. The deployment Nginx deployment dev is invalid. Labels requirement field. This field is immutable. Okay, let's try to do live troubleshooting as well if we can. uh, okay, so it has configured the service. It's configured the service. I think I do have uh, the deployment and service running in the environment. That is why it is giving error, because we can't update the label of the deployment, running deployment. What I'll do, I'll delete -k for the dev and see if it can delete. So for deleting your manifest or resources, you can use the delete command, your kubectl delete command with a hyphen k, and it will delete the resources managed using overlays or the customize. Same I'll do it for the UAT. Okay, let me try to run one more time for the dev environment first. Kubectl customize overlays dev. Okay, and let's apply this for the dev. Now you will see that at least the error is gone, and it has created service and deployment. Why? because earlier it was giving a error that let's read a error. This is a best practice always. Whenever you get error, don't directly copy it into your GPT. Instead, try to read it and understand what it's saying. Yeah. So this was the error. How I fixed it? I read the error first. The deployment Nginx deployment dev is invalid. What it's saying? The labels field is immutable, which means the resource is already running, and I am trying to update the labels for that existing resource, which is not allowed. Updating labels is not allowed. What I did, I deleted the resource. In production, it is not the right way. I'm just uh, explaining how to troubleshoot the live issue. In production, you need to figure out why you are actually updating labels. Is it necessary or not? Okay, and then take action. Now I'm seeing one more warning here. Warning: common labels is deprecated. Please use labels instead. And you can either use customize edit fix to update your customization automatically. Let's try to use that because since I have the customize um, running here command already installed, I can use that. So I'll try to run this command customize edit fix and provide my customization.yaml file. So it's saying that customization.yaml file is missing. So I'll go to overlays folder and then go into dev folder, and I'll try to run this command customize edit fix command from here. Let me see. Okay, so it has patched some of the resources, and if I run the apply command again, which I need to run from the customize main folder, not from overlays. Okay, now the warning is gone, and that is how you need to troubleshoot the issues. What I did, I read the warning and error to understand how what it is saying and then took action. Let's do the same process for our UAT environment. So we'll run the first command. Okay, so this is the command kubectl customize overlays UAT. It has generated YAML, but it's showing warning for me. So that is okay. I'll use a UAT environment and use customize edit fix command to fix my YAML. Now I'll need to run these resources into my environment, and for that I'll use kubectl apply command. Both the resources are created. You can verify that using kubectl get pods command for -dev. The pod is running. For UAT also you can verify. Okay, error image pool. Why it is coming? Describe. Let's try to describe this pod, one of the pod in the UAT environment. Because maybe we are provide. Let me see what I have written for the UAT. Ideally, it should not give this error. If I check the pods into dev environment with the same configuration, it is running. kubectl describe pod is into dev environment. And this is the same image, Nginx 1.21.0. I'll try to build it again. UAT 1.21.0. Labels are set correctly. And before applying it again, I'll delete it once and see if it works. Because the image name is correct, so should not give this error. That is my understanding for now. Okay. If you see, there was no actual error. Sometimes Kubernetes can test your patience as well. So it was good part actually, we debugged or troubleshooted at least three issues by just looking at the warnings and the errors. This was the good part of this video. So sometimes you need to trust your knowledge. The image name was correct. So instead of going to the chat GPT and asking the questions, wrong questions, I trusted my gut feeling and at least one of the pod is running. So it may take some time. That is okay for now. That is what I wanted to cover at least for your CK exam. And we have validated everything. Now, Helm part I have just added for your information and to let you know how we were doing it for the Helm using a templating. This was the process for us. You can try it out. Let's talk about the best practices for using Kustomize. So what you need to do for the Kustomize is that keep your base minimal and reusable. That is the core usage of Kustomize. Only include common manifest such as deployment services which are common across multiple environments into your base layer. And overlays should only contain the differences. Avoid copying entire manifest into overlays. Now I have already shown you the example. I kept minimal manifest into overlay customization. I only wanted to change the name uh, with a suffix, then wanted to change the namespace, update the replicas. So those part only I added into overlays. Use generators for config maps and secrets. So instead of hard coding your values across different environment manifest file, you can use generators, config map generator or secret generator. Leverage labels or annotations for consistent metadata across resources. Prefer JSON patches for precision. Then, okay, then you can use name prefix and name suffix carefully to avoid breaking dependencies between resources and keep overlay simple. One overlay per environment is enough in most of the cases. I have also listed down all the transformers here name prefix. If you want to add prefix to all resource names, you can use this name prefix. If you want to add a suffix to all resource names, names, you can use name suffix. Namespaces, labels, annotations, images. You can override images for different environments using image transformer, replicas, wheres. Okay, so multiple different transformers are available. You can go through documentation. I don't want to complicate it more by putting information which may not be required for your CK exam as well. This is the best documentation I have found so far. All the information is already available, so you can go through customized documentation. If you find something is missing, you can always add it. Right. So container images if you want to update, if you want to update namespace or the names, if you want to update labels, all those examples are available here. And even on Kubernetes documentation, you will find this information. Why I'm sharing the Kubernetes documentation? Because in your CK exam, it is kind of open book test. So you need to know where to find the information in your open book test as well. While solving all these challenges or practicing, always use the customization documentation or Kubernetes documentation. Okay. Apart from that, I have also added a simple challenge into day 30 of season 1, which you can practice. But it is same like what we discussed just now. You can practice it again for complex application if you are interested. To end this video, I want to discuss the difference between customize versus help. Okay, so for this video, previous video from Helm and this particular video so far of the customize will help you to understand the differences. The approach for the customize is base plus overlay layering. In the base layer, we keep the common part. In the overlays layer, we keep the difference part. In the Helm, we use a template rendering with values.yaml. So you might use a multiple different values.yaml for different environments, and also you need to be good with the Helm templating to use those. Learning curve low because if we are Kubernetes users, then we already know YAMLs, and for customize, we don't need to know anything specific, any new language at least. In Helm, you need to understand the Go templating and the charts, dependencies, etc. Reusability, it is great for environment specific differences. The customize is great for environment specific differences. Helm is great for packaging and sharing applications. Customize, there is no central repository. Do it yourself. You can maintain your base layers and the overlays layers in your GitHub repository. Helm, large public charter ecosystem is available. We've seen that in the previous video. Helm, there is Artifact Hub. There are different organization which provide public charts to use for by the different organization. Customization, native kubectl support is available. For the Helm, you need to install it separately. Dependencies not supported, and with the Helm, you can use the chart dependencies. That is very advanced topic for now. Secret handling, you can do it using secret generator transformer. And Helm, you need to use sales secret or external secret plugins to manage the secrets into your Helm charts. Customize is best for environment customization in GitOps workflows. Helm is for the app installation and the dependency management. It is best. Uh, if can you combine Customize and Helm? Yes, of course. You can use the Helm for rendering Helm charts and patch that with the Customize. So that combination you can always do. Use Helm for installation and Customize for tweaking um, your manifest file for different environments. Okay, so that is all I wanted to cover in this particular video. And it's very simple topic. I don't understand why people are scared of customize. If you practice this one particular example, I believe that you can do customization for any complex application. And the customization documentation itself is very good. You can trust on that. If you get stuck anytime, our Discord server is free and 24/7 available. You can join my Discord server, or you can ask any queries into this YouTube video comment section, and I'll be happy to answer all your questions. That is for today. I'll come up with the next video soon. Thank you very much for watching this video till then. Keep showing your love, support, and sharing this video. Okay, see you soon. Bye.